Hold on. It is called... Sorry, I've changed some settings. How do I go back?
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines.
Alright, so I'm playing... This game is bad. What do you mean this game is bad? I've heard a lot of good things about it.
What a wild ride this has been. Well, that's a very blunt question.
Alright. Anyways, I have had this game on my wish list for so long. I've always wanted to play it because I've heard good things about it. And yeah, we're gonna try it. I don't really know what I'm getting into, so yeah, let's go for it.
I cannot believe you, Ellen.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh, I turned off music. The music's blinding. I'm gonna turn it down a bit. How do I do that? There we go. Jeremy Donaldson is the country's most popular and trusted news anchor for now. Is that me? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Yeah, I don't know anything about this game. But anyways, nevertheless, the election, day one. No say, no, no say, no, no say. Turn right. Answer call.
Hi, David. I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through.
Okay.
All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, now I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're gonna have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry, it's not hard, and I'm gonna stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens.
Okay.
Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home.
Okay.
It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again.
Okay.
You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
Crazy Neil. Got my whatever this is. And come to Bumbly.
You should be getting a signal from the studio soon.
Okay. Let's see.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist, going in 5, 4.
Oh, that's the studio, and then it's not showing up.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, all good. Next is going to be to throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys honest Andy's totally independent.
What
and
button do I
corners
push?
the market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar.
I'm guessing the
Megan
triangle.
will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters.
5, 10, 9. Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lovely, mate.
Perfect.
Next thing is the throwback to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Okay. I got this. Doing his makeup currently. What if I swap it back now? Would that be funny?
10 seconds, everybody. Your fragility is leaking. Going in 5, 4.
Bit early there, mate.
A bit?
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom right. And use
I like causing chaos.
your wireless control to move the blade up and down, keeping the green bit in the
Okay, alright. So I'm trying to understand what the fail condition is, right? So it's whatchamacallit? Wow, I can't think today. Losing all your viewership is a loss condition. Good to know.
Okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast.
Oh,
Right,
this
quickly,
again?
mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any 3 and load them
Okay.
into machines on the right. When
Got
you've
it.
done that, look up to the front again. Right, the tapes are loaded and we're all ready for when we get to the first ad
All
break.
right.
That's great. Any second now, you should be getting a signal through from the studio. Stay on your toes, mate. It's election night, so all eyes are on this room. We do not want to get fired.
Cool.
Back and relax with multiple award-winning movie, The Freedom.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, seafood makes me go out in postures.
Yeah, thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day, you offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay.
This is cool. I like this.
It's going to be the throw to the news titles on screen 2.
Okay.
Be a countdown.
I'm ready.
I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course,
I wonder what the
we're
timer's
going live
for.
to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to
I'm
say
not
on their
sure.
historic victory.
Right. Button
That's
2
all coming up on
in
tonight.
3, 2, 1.
Lovely, mate.
Perfect.
Next thing is the throwback to Jeremy. Down and vanishes.
I got it. I understand it. I understand it now.
Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Now. Lovely, mate.
Perfect.
The votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance.
Okay.
A bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom right and use the right stick on your wireless controller to move the wave up and down, keeping the green bit in the white bit.
But critics have accused him of a severe lack of
Oh.
actual policies and of being deliberately vague.
Okay.
The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However,
I understand.
former Home Secretary
Right, it's
Jeffrey
going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I know
Okay.
you play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want.
Okay.
I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
Cool.
The co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody.
Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
I thought I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you.
I thought that was our little secret.
That's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wicked, we made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras.
I got it. I'll be.
Interesting.
This is gonna be
A lot of
interesting.
it's down to
I mean, it's gonna be
twist,
easy.
But here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1, try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2, don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking,
Okay.
try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3, don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those.
Okay.
Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
Huh.
10 seconds, everybody.
Okay.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
2, 1.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first,
Get ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with the star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today
Let's
I'm
go.
the guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to the
go to
shop
Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his
joined
name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch
the...
to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right,
Yeah, I'm
just
doing
try
it.
and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Dang it.
Well, as I said to Peter at the...
That was horrible.
That's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on
Okay.
several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter... Megan, I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an
One moment, Vigo.
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom.
This is hard.
I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it. But I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it that...
Hold on.
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer.
Okay, let me explain. Vigo, I am doing all right. I just finished basically finished my Red Dead Online video today, which has been like, we recorded like 2 months ago. It took forever. Like I basically just was editing other stuff. So I'm very happy that that's done with. Let's see, what else? I'm very excited. Rematch, the soccer game you saw yesterday, has been so much fun. That's been really fun to play with Noah. We played it yesterday, a lot off stream too. And then I'm very excited for June 6th, which is Summer Game Fest. This is if Vigo's still here. I'm guessing you're not. But Summer Game Fest, which I'm very excited for. Yeah, Colton. All right, so I've heard a lot of things about this game, and I think, okay, basically it's about, you're a news broadcaster, right? So you have to control the news. So like I'm swapping between different screens right now, like trying to get whoever's talking, get different reaction shots. But once you, and the goal is to, you see top right, you'll see like the red, the yellow, and the green bar. That's like the amount of audience, right? The amount of people watching. We want to keep that up. And if it gets down to 0 before the end of this, so I think before the timer's down, I'm not sure, then we lose. So that's the goal. You can, and once I get more into it, I'm able to change different, like, I think I can like mute different stuff. I can censor stuff. I can always change like the frequency, stuff like that. But yeah, I've always wanted to play this game. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's an interesting game. I don't think it's for everyone, but as an editor myself, I find it very intriguing and interesting. So yeah, that's what this game is. So yeah, that's all.
Like you, I'm afraid.
Oops, that was a quick.
Cut me, and
Sorry.
I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire, the little people. But
I think I'm
most of
doing
all,
well,
I think
though.
I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he's
Oh.
well, don't worry, he won't do it again. Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Educated, which opens next week.
My bad.
I've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Cool, looks like Blunder Clash is losing it in the studio, but we
Okay.
ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming. It's a bit trickier this time, mate. Hold down the R2 button on the wireless controller and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by
Okay.
pushing the right stick.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
I don't know that.
Now we're going to squash the frequency back by dragging left.
Give me one moment. Let me turn this down. Dude, sorry. This might not be the best game to stream because I just can't talk during it. Like, I'm so locked in.
No, we mustn't.
Okay.
Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
What the frick is this?
Chubbly, mate.
For you, baby.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time. Hold down the R2 button, but this time, move the right stick up. Upwards, mate, upwards.
I got it.
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
You need to see this.
Right, now let's match
Okay.
it back by going downwards.
Bet. Easy. Ah. That's hard. It's so far down. Okay, I got it. I think I did.
This formula, this is the key.
Bloody perfect, mate.
Thank you. Let's go.
We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh no. Okay. All right. That's cool. Okay, I'll do it by ear.
Mate, if you don't turn up the broadcast volume, you won't be able to time your bleeps. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2,
To
and
hold
it
down.
Remember the spec screen will work now if you've got your feet. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live.
Yeah, I got that.
You can use the buttons on your wireless controller to select the screens you
Okay.
3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters. I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters. Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury. Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury are about to make their acceptance address.
cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Thank you all for coming.
They use every dirty low-down lying dirty low-down lying southern
Nice.
You saw right through their
I'm sorry about the language. I'm sorry about the
Only
language.
got a bit of work.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations. Coarser than the grown is funny.
This is hard.
Memorably put. Memorably put. Let's be honest, who can blame Peter?
I know it's
Who
hard.
can blame Peter for celebrating? You've heard us say that advance are not a political party. Advance are not a political party. When things are going well. A party is what you have when things are going well. You don't need a party. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team that can change things. A team that can change. But today is day one of a new future.
Fair future.
So perhaps we should all be celebrating. Perhaps we should all be celebrating.
For them the party's over. They shouldn't. For them the party's over. They shouldn't be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbook. Pants on and opening their dusty checkbook.
Again, colourfully put, but not before we came out here to address the nation. We used our Executive and Wealth Act to pass the Workings and Wealth Office. We have produced working within the tax office. We have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know this sort of probably the likes of you and me, because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated
we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, creative accounting, trust funds, or creative accounting. Unavoidable set of tax laws.
I know.
I've got nowhere to hide. We revoke your passport. We revoke your passport. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. That's fine. You're going to pay first. You're going to pay up.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals to properly fund health and education. To properly fund health and education of us all. To raise the living standards of us all.
We'd have to raise you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours. That's absolute. So to you posh twats. So to you
who pay your pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. To serve them drinks in their private clubs.
God, this is hard.
Children you raise. Advance have this to say to you. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards. We will put the wealth of this country back. We will put the wealth of this country back in the hands of the people who created it. In the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes. It ends today. It ends today. We'll start making it fair again. We'll start making it fair again. Promised we would. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue.
Our apologies for the fruity language. And our apologies.
Oh, my bad.
Hopefully, we've got that bleeped out for you in time. Someone's going to be in trouble. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government,
Okay.
That's all from us this evening at the National Breaking News. With full coverage of the first day under full coverage of the first day under advance.
I'm ready.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peace.
Right, looks like you've got it now.
Let's go.
Mate, I've got to go. Ferry's about to
Bye.
leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
You're in politics then?
It's just some weird fever dream. Am I dying?
Well, we're not sure, but here in St. Bumley on the tape, we've got a big hill and the
I'll
bus
see you
comes
tomorrow
twice
night.
You're
daily.
not going for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
And experience a holiday that's
When the
Oh.
programme's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3 pages. This first page shows you how well the broadcast went. Each
Okay.
sequence and an overall grade.
Okay.
But grades mean bonuses and
Okay.
keep the boss happy.
Okay.
If you want to know more about how it went, select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page.
Okay. Continue.
Right, this is the important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid and how much wealth you have overall. That bollocks at the bottom shows you the financial state of our main advertisers. But
Okay.
you don't own any fucking shares. You're a cleaner, for God's sake, so why would you care? This is the last page, and it tells you the state of the world. Tells you
Whoa.
how well the government's doing. And down the bottom there, this one's important. Tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
Okay.
Alright, mate.
Cool.
In the archive, this is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections.
Oh, that's cool.
Speeches and adverts. Let's start with broadcasts. Pop in there now.
That's cool.
That's all the broadcasts that you've done. Choose any one of them and select load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
Tonight's national nightly news. But before
He's totally independent and corners.
Let's see how I did.
The biggest.
It's after this one. Lordy B. How long is this ad? Alright, here it is.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first, our very own culture reporter, Megan Wolf, is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf.
Hey, I did well.
And today I have a guest who starred in
Let's see.
everything from Shakespeare to the Shotbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among the greatest joys of my life.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Bless you.
So you've just finished filming your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Wrap, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap. He really is. I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others.
This is cool. I've never seen. I don't. They must have recorded a lot of footage for this, and I bet they're all like, I don't know, friends or. I bet they're all like part of the same, developer crew. I could be wrong, but it's cool how they did this.
A love, of course, for freedom.
Correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for...
There's 3 little statues who take pride in place on my level. That's a beautiful question, Megan. And not easy to answer.
make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But,
I think we've been quite clear when it comes to politics.
one should always strive to not fuck.
Yes.
Hey, I did that well. Wait a minute. Hold on.
To not fuck.
Yes.
Kind of.
Well,
Fuck.
no.
I'm really.
Well,
sorry.
Lawrence, I believe you brought in a clip from The Medicated, which opens next week around the country. Lawrence, do tell us what's going on here.
I think I did well there. Now, the difference is I don't think I did well over... Hold on. Hang on.
Go for it, Pat.
Oh.
To make their acceptance address.
Go for it.
My bad.
Hey, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying southern they had against us. But you, the people, you saw through their shit.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me coarser than a
Memorably put.
That was good.
Party? You need a team.
Party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we...
Interesting. Okay, so... Oh, sure.
Right, this is the rushes room. It's pretty simple.
Uh-huh.
Screens you can see, they're going to show you the four signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can never listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go. And when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
I want to listen to this, what the guy was saying.
Apparently he's been drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, he's at liability in the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody.
I mean, a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Shall I start?
Go for it, Pat.
All for coming, and, well, start. What a day.
They said we couldn't.
Oh.
It's green.
This must have taken so much time. Like how much stuff you just gotta... Do they do this for everyone? They just sit there? That had to take so much time.
No, party, team spirit, all that bollocks.
They just had to sit there.
An incursion on personal matters.
Hmm.
Whoa, now that is serious.
They took away.
They're stopping people moving. That is outrageous. Whoever and whatever they own. They can't do that.
Hmm.
So they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance, and our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new under Advance, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And we're out. Good job, everybody. Same again tomorrow. Call times are on the board. So, same old boring politics then?
Is this some weird fever dream? Am I dying now or something?
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not coming for a drink?
Nope, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered. But
That's cool. So if I were to play this. Okay, but I can't watch the other stuff. Cool. Day 2. Yeah, I don't know. I'm good. Oh, day 3. We'll do one more. Oh, my bad. You would. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than the previous ones. You would. Leave work on time. It's the annual company barbecue, and you and your family have been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying or washing your hair that day. Go if you're free, but wouldn't mind missing it. I've been practicing with your coworker. You're looking forward to it. You had a long, successful career and are now about to retire. In your speech, you list the achievements, give an honest review of the pros and cons of the company, focus on issues and challenges you face while working there, refuse to attend. In your spare time, you like to relax alone, doing things like listening to music or making models, attend political rallies, and stand up for what you believe in, encourage and support your children with their hobbies, playing local sports team. Your ideal holiday getaway would be surrounded by natural beauty, get away from the strain of daily grind, exploring somewhere unfamiliar and discovering new experiences, and challenges a structured day, a theme park, yeah, blah, 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 a romantic getaway. It is most important that the government keeps people safe, free, happy, equal. I'd say, dang, that's a hard one. It's not happy. That's not the government's job. It's not safe. And they should. But, I mean, the amendments were built off rights, right? Thank you for your cooperation. Okay then. A family matter. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up a favorite coffee cup, a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The prints faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. There in a garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly stressed. I'm so sorry for bursting in so late, Alex, Chris stammers, but I need a favor, and you're the only one I can ask. No problem. What's going on? You must have seen all this crazy advanced stuff. The Assets and Wealth Act, they're calling it. Taking people's hard-earned money to fund the lazy. It's bull. You've never seen Chris this agitated. I'm not saying the top 1% or whatever don't have stupid money, Chris adds hastily, but they can afford it. People like me, we're going to lose everything. That's awful, but I'm not sure how I can help. You were always the well-off one in the family. I'm sorry, but taking from the rich to the poor doesn't sound so bad. They're going to take everything, Alex. Everything I've spent my life building. I can't let this happen. I need a favor. Chris eyes find the floor tiles. I need to borrow your passport. They've taken mine in half the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look similar, so Chris is spacing out. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe. But I need to go now before they freeze up my accounts. Please, Alex, I wouldn't ask if I didn't have another choice. Fine. Careful not to wake up. You open the wardrobe, unlock the safe, and retrieve the bag. A sleepy voice breaks the silence. Alex, what's going on? Nothing, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep. Nothing. You sure? What are you doing in the safe? I gotta tell the truth. What? They're leaving the country? Are things really bad? The worry lines on Sam's forehead seem to relax. Thank you. We have to look out for family. And if I know my little Chrissy, it's probably all one big overreaction. Okay. You close the safe and head back downstairs to to find Chris at the table fidgeting. They jump up as soon as you re-enter the kitchen. So have you got it? Yes. Here. Good luck with everything. I'm sorry, Chris. It's again. All right. I'm gonna let him have it. For the first time, Chris smiles. It's infectious. Thanks. I really appreciate this. I'll get back in touch once I'm safely out of the country. Chris takes the passport and, breathing a sigh of relief, grabs the night on fluorescent suitcase and heads out into the night. Weird. The fallout. I do want to do one more. Okay.
First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on.
Bottom floor? For what?
Right, let's load up the adverts. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
Sure. do this.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again.
Okay.
The Vision Mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These two buttons at the bottom of the Vision Mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them. And
Yep.
they'll help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision, provided you make...
So why are you live if this game is not for broadcast? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what he's saying.
Change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches zero. But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice.
Okay.
I just want to say one more thing, mate.
Yep.
The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them.
Okay.
That's going to affect their lives.
Okay.
So like with the adverts, choose carefully. And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next
Okay.
video.
Bye. Bye.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistresses the moon. 10 seconds, everybody.
What the best source of consumer
10
advice?
seconds. That's it.
Blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4,
Okay.
3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading
I got it.
economist and radical thinker.
What the frick? I pressed it. System locked for broadcast. What do you mean? I pressed the button. Watch the timer to the right of the buttons. The news can't continue without a headline choice. Oh, so I have to pick up before. I understand. Okay, I get it. Oh, okay. So I have to pick like the best looking one.
Before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well,
Yep.
that's how the public is going to perceive them, and
Yep.
that's going to affect their lives.
Yep.
So like with the adverts, choose carefully.
No,
And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Okay.
Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds.
Mistrust the
What's the
moon.
best source of consumer advice then?
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4.
Maybe. I suck. I do kind of suck.
I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines
So as
tonight.
soon as
Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office,
Boom.
we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be
Okay.
discussing what the new future may hold with a leading economist and radical freethinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future.
Yep.
Out with the old, Remington's fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The
Sure.
following photo, taken from our archive, gives us
All right. Let me explain. So, basically, I'm a live news broadcaster, right? I edit everything behind the scenes. I get to choose what people see, right? So right now, there's 4 screens that I can choose between on the left. And I press like X, square, O, and triangle to change between, right? This is feed 1, which you're seeing the guy right now, right? That's feed 1, and that will keep playing as long as I just keep on that screen. I could change it, or I can't change it right now because there's no other screens, but you can see there's 2 pictures I can choose from right now, which will play once that timer goes off, that 6-second timer. So I got to pick like the timer that's going to make, I got to pick the picture that's going to make these people look good. So he's talking about a CEO, right? So I want to pick the picture. Seems boring. You should go ahead and play Battlefront 2 instead. Battlefront 2 isn't fun alone. This is. All right. So you pick it. And then that's the one they show. So he's talking about a CEO. I got pick one to see it, whatever. You can also like change the frequency. You can censor stuff. You hear what is going on live and what's going on like for other people. So it's like a 2-second delay, and that can help you like censor different stuff. And yeah, that's basically it. Okay, cool. Want to play rematch when you get home? Or when you're able to get on? I don't know if I'll still be on then, but we'll see. Okay, let's do it.
Who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the
Tender age of 23 is crazy.
Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honors.
Sure.
Immediately being asked back to lecture.
Totally.
The markets have responded favorably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement.
Okay.
In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehouse. Sophia promises it will be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg-Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flood technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the
Put the wrong thing on no balls.
undiscovered plant species it contains.
Nah.
This is, of course, only the latest in a
Should I just censor all of it?
for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the
Just
challenges
like-
their team will face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together, like we always do." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while
I'm excited to see this.
Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very program. And judging from the angle and velocity of that spray, it looks like Johnny May was celebrating a little bit too much. I certainly wouldn't want to be his dry cleaner. And grievous bodily charm. With advice promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more people saying they're scared to walk the streets alone at night, could this be exactly the right time?
Well, I hope you're happy. I do actually want to finish this one before I get off though, because then, oh god, I want to play rematch with Noah, but I don't know what he's doing. I finished the Red Dead video today. I'm so happy. Yay. All right, how far back is he gonna send me? I am very happy. Why are you very happy? Because I censored everything? What if you're watching the news and everything's just censored and you can't hear anything? Would you be very happy? Would you be happy? No. Oh, okay. All right. I heard you the first time. Yep. And that's
going to affect their lives. So, like with the adverts,
Yep.
choose carefully.
Yep.
And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
All right.
Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts.
Yeah.
10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5.
Exactly. Exactly.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist.
Okay, we're gonna lock in.
With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new
This is easy so far. I mean, the last one was harder with the censors and really stressful, but this part's easy. But who knows what's gonna happen after. Where's my timer? Is the timer broken? Dang it.
Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honors, immediately being asked back to lecture.
Yep.
The markets have responded favorably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement.
Yeah.
In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehouse. Sophia promises it will be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist
Easy.
Svalbard and Horgensford
Easy.
have today
That's a
set
crazy
off to
name.
explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges
Totally.
like we always have."
Totally.
Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artiste Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two?
Crazy name.
And Griever's bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police and less oversight, are we using an Advance-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that and mega more for the group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Okay. I'm gonna lock in. So now I have to fix the interference. Don't worry, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
Confident this was all right.
Okay.
Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right. We're to become the great herd. Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't...
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, who will be laughing then?
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy,
I'm sorry.
These are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
Whoa.
Based on the facts. Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Franken-science and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
Okay.
Of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think I might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them, then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
Uh-huh.
How's it going, actually? Fuck it, I don't care. I hate
Yeah.
the news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right,
Bye.
Oh shit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
I've said a bit of word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody.
Mhm.
Little Jakey's going to the big bird caught you with water.
That sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives.
What do you mean?
First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Oh.
Good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. The affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
service.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with this?
When are you going to
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I am sure we all long for a return to the days.
Sorry.
When you safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or cough.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, the bloody gimps escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please?
What the frick?
As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box.
Really could do
What the fuck is this?
Darling, I was staying the Badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in his box?
Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Pack your goods back in your gimmick space.
Whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, this naughty boy. Mummy said
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said get back in your classrooms. No! Naughty! You beast, Clive!
As I was saying, Jeremy,
Oh,
responsibility of the criminal. No one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of the pills and hides under the stairs.
Oh no!
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary and menacing a SWAT. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank, Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank, Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank, Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank, Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Open!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you
Dude.
been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
This one's, yeah?
Yep.
Oh no.
Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. Sit up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
Open!
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this guy?
You are joking. Chrissy Freebollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
Little boy?
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal there, Tony.
Fucking way, lads. Believe that.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes? Tony? Tony, I mean, you 2 seconds. How is this happening, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some lucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
Back, everybody. Well.
Mate, I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip. When the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
Okay.
Sure, he's on his way. Come on, welcome back. How hard can it be? This is on you. 10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea. So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Oh, right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history, Aristotle. I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools, and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and
Whoa.
right back.
Whoa.
A surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of fun and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way.
What am I supposed to do?
So, Jeff, when did you first hear
My
about
bad.
the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then, Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny, because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic, mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go at this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
What do you mean?
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school.
My bad.
Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner. What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner? Oh, hi, Gary. Oh, heavens, no! It's Gary the Fist! Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Violent father. Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake.
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? Oh, my arm's pretty cold.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my 2 new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all 3 of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a
6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's dumb. Alright. Well, 1, does that count as a censor? And 2, that's dumb. I don't care. You shouldn't. They're not doing it on like the 1. They're doing it on the when they start singing. But whatever.
Kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mother for dinner. He had to wait. Where's my dinner?
I'm doing it right.
Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
life can be peachy keen.
Yeah.
If you work as a
Dang it.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that
No.
voice.
Yes! Oh.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National
Thankfully.
Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant!
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
That was great. That was fun. I enjoyed that thoroughly. That was cool. Yeah. Oh, wow. That is a tiring game. Like, it's just has so much work. I don't know. It's like very, it takes up your mental time. Yeah, I think that's all I'll do today. But that was a lot of fun. Anyways, see you guys later.